Rapper PNB Rock was fatally shot during a robbery at Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles in California yesterday afternoon. Rakeem Allen had been at the restaurant with his girlfriend, who had posted a location tagged photo in a since deleted Instagram post. Muna said a suspect brandished a firearm inside the restaurant and demanded items from the victim. Sources told the Times that Rock was targeted for his jewelry. The victim was shot almost immediately by the assailant during the robbery, Muna said. He shot the victim and ran out of the side door to a getaway car and then fled to the parking lot. Muna said the victim was taken to a hospital and pronounced unalive at 1:59 p.m.
They really walked right in there, boy, and try to rob him and popped him, bruh, a few times. The block is hot. Ain't even been out here long enough. Just see that smoking.
There were other customers who recorded this horrific event and gave their side of what happened.
We in there sitting with the kids eating, and that shit pop off all over some jewelry and Rolex and all that type of shit. That shit worth it. My life worth more than that. When you see my shit go, nigga, that shit happened right in front of us and the kids. So you know what that means. Trip over. I hate that my kids even had to see some shit like that. That shit was motherfucking crazy, man. So we are back on this freeway. LA, we see how y'all doing, and we don't want none of them problems. So me and the fam, we is.
They try to take your jewelry or some shit?
I don't know, but they be like, I be on shit, and I'm not. Where I'm from, we like sneaky. Like in LA, it's like they bold. It's like they want you to know. They want to spark a conversation with you first before they get into some shit. Some of them might just go crazy. Majority of the times I got into some shit, it was like they just gave a drop up too fast. You feel me? So the second time I got into some shit, it was like was talking loud as shit, wanting me to hear their conversation. And it's like I'm with my peoples, like I'm with my daughter and my girl. Like why they talking about this shit? Like this around, like we outside, we on Fairfax. I'm like, man, you know, I already peed the blitz. We out. I'm like, man, we out of here. You feel me? Like we going. My girl, like, no, we ain't. What's wrong? I'm like, I'm just going off of the vibes. Like we out.
Is she peeping the energy? Because I'm
she ain't peeping. Yeah, she ain't peeping. She was thinking I'm tripping.
About women sometimes.
She be thinking I'm tripping. So in the mix of all this, I'm like, no, we out. So she peeped that I'm serious. She's like, no, we out. We drive probably like 2 blocks in the street. She thinking this shit a game. She pulled over somewhere else. Like, oh, I wanted to go to this store right here. And then in the mix of me, like telling her like where to park at, like somebody just came fast as shit and took the parking spot, like the same spot that we. Yeah. I'm like, dude, they must have been following me or something, bro. How the fuck this car get behind me this fast? Like I ain't even look. I look back and that shit was there quick as shit. And then when I walked past, like the car, I'm out. Like this shit tinted to the max.
Oh yeah.
I'm getting all this heat coming from the car though. Like I'm feeling the energy coming from the car. I'm like, damn, what the fuck is that car? Like on some other shit. I ain't go in the store for 2 seconds. The same people coming from out the car, hop in the store, hype as shit, say some banging shit, like some set in my. I don't know what they say. This is some shit out loud.
Set tripping.
But it was like something that I'm not that I recognize the energy. You feel me? I'm like, what? You feel me? Like he like started talking to me with some gangster shit. Like I'm like, bro, do you know me? Like you know me from somewhere? He like, yeah, I know who you is. Trying to get me to like get into some shit. So I'm like, man, I flagged him off and I just walked out the store because I already know like where this shit about to go. You feel me?
You don't that make you nervous? It's like you with like your girl.
No, that's why I be trying to be cool because you don't want to be nervous and make it seem like something about that. You want them to be as calm as possible. You feel me? You want your girl and your kids to be like making it seem like everything is cool. Ain't nothing about to happen to us. You feel me? Like we super good. So I just be cool. I just kept it cordial. I'm like, come on, man, we out.
So this video of PNB resurfaced from a few days ago where he talked about his experiences out in California when he's with his family and how the gang culture out there is really bold and how they'll just run up on you, you know, start talking to you crazy and take your jewelry. And he talked about the energy. He kept mentioning how the energy was off, the energy was off, the energy was off. And I find that really interesting because a lot of times if you pay attention to your body, if you're in tune with your body and with your surroundings, you will know when something is not right. And he even said like, yo, like, are y'all following me? So he knew that he was being followed. He knows the culture of California where these gangsters are really bold. They'll pull up on you anywhere, any time of the day. Even if you're with your children, they don't care. They're coming for you and your jewelry. The loss of PNB Rock hit heavy, of course, amongst his family and amongst his fans, myself included. I really love his music. I felt like he really had the demeanor of a stand-up family man type of guy. He wasn't always into drama and on the blogs for nonsense. He really just stayed to his career and his family. And as much love as he showed to his girlfriend, who's the mother of his children, I know it's really hurting him wherever he is now to know that he can't protect her from the blogs and from the fans who are accusing her of being the reason why he's no longer alive. They're trying to spin the narrative that it was her fault, that she dropped the location, and that's the reason why he is not alive today. And honestly, I don't think that's fair to put all of that on her. He is a public figure who was out in public without security, so anyone could have seen him. Anyone could have posted his location. Anyone could have texted someone and said, yo, PNB is right here. You know what I'm trying to say? And even if it was her location that they saw, it gives no one the right to come and unalive you. Like, we really have to start putting that at the forefront of the conversation. Why do these random gang members in California feel like it's okay to unalive people, to rob people, to take people's family members from them for jewelry, for money, for nothing? It's easy to blame the girlfriend. It's easy to target her and say, you're the reason he's no longer alive. But she did not come into that restaurant and take his life. She didn't do it. And so all of that anger and energy that y'all have for her, how about y'all put that into the streets of California? Because he is not the first, and unfortunately, he will not be the last Black man to lose his life in California for nothing, for no reason. And when I was reading up on him, I learned that he lost his father. PNB lost his father at the age of 3 for the same reason. Someone robbed his father and unalived his father. So he was fatherless at the age of 3. His children are now fatherless at their young ages. When will it stop? And back then there was no Instagram location. So who y'all gonna blame? Who did y'all blame then? Someone said Dolph was getting cookies for his mama. PNB Rock was eating with his girl. Nipsey was on his turf. Pop Smoke was in the shower. This pains me. Everyone talks about not lacking, but you literally can't let your guard down under any circumstance. That's survival, not living. And I completely agree. Y'all blame Dolph and Nipsey for not having security all the time. Y'all blame Pop Smoke for dropping his location. Y'all blame PNB's girlfriend for dropping his location. But when are we going to discuss the real issue that we say Black Lives Matter, but it's Black people taking out other Black people in broad daylight in California? And, I know this happens all over the United States. It happens all over the world. But we can't keep putting the blame on other people. Blame the murderers. Someone said, pray for PNB Rock's girlfriend because I can't imagine the trauma of witnessing my boyfriend's unalive while everyone is blaming me for it. Hell is hot. And someone else said, I understand PNB Rock a celeb, but let's take a step back. If someone takes a pic of themselves enjoying life somewhere, gets K'd in the process in a public setting, and the blame immediately goes to the picture, what have we become? And just flat out accepted as a society. Y'all blamed a picture. We are at that point where we're blaming photos for people losing their lives and not the people who are using the photos to attack and unalive people, who just want to go out to eat with their families, who just want to enjoy lunch, who just want to travel and see the world, who just want to give their kids a life that they didn't get to have. Y'all are blaming a picture. Someone said, watch these women, man, losing too many rappers. PNB said this 2 weeks ago. Watch these women. We're losing too many rappers. So it's women's fault. It's the women's fault now that men are joining gangs and killing each other. It's the women's fault. The women need to be watched because rappers are losing their lives. Are y'all serious? And posts like this gets thousands upon thousands upon thousands upon thousands of likes, reshares, and agrees by other men who refuse to hold men accountable, by other women who refuse to hold men accountable. Is sick. They're blaming the women and saying, watch women, because we're losing too many rappers. You know, when tragedy happens, a lot of times we need someone to blame to heal. If I can blame someone else, that will help me direct my anger, my sadness, my fear, my trauma. That will help me direct that to you instead of sitting with it. If we put the blame on someone else, we absolve ourselves of critically thinking. We absolve the accountability of the real problem that we know is too great of a task to fix. And so because we can't fix that problem, we can't fix the gang problem in California, we can't fix the black men who don't value other black men, we can't fix that. So let's blame the women. Let's put rules in place. Don't post your location. And if you post a location, it's your fault. Now, I'm not saying that we should all just be posting locations. You have to move with wisdom. But what I'm saying is we've gotten to a point in society where two people cannot go out with their children. And it's not to say that he wasn't a mega celebrity, because he was, but he wanted to live like a regular guy. He wanted a regular life. And so, similar to Nipsey Hussle, he moved around without security. And like he said, he's been followed before. He's been robbed before. So it really was only a matter of time, unfortunately, before the wrong people caught up with him and did what they did. And that needs to be the conversation. Why can't we as people live amongst each other and be safe? Why do rappers have to, quote unquote, check in when they get to Cali? Why do you have to check in with anybody? Like, it's really crazy to me. I know I'm not a part of that culture at all, but the fact that I can't go where I want to go as a free living human being without checking in with other grown men for security purposes, and then you check in and still end up losing your life. Pop checked in, like, still lost his life. PNB checked in, still lost his life. What's really going on? Can we really get into the nitty-gritty of why black successful rappers can't stay alive in California? Let's put the blame on that. Y'all let me know your thoughts down in the comment section. R.I.P. PNB Rock. Sending love and prayers to his family, his children. I'll see y'all at the next one.